Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. All right, we'll get started. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory be to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakaha Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us His truth, and Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as one-third men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yerami Kazak back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kadash. As always, the Father's name is Yahawah. Yah means he, Hawa means to be or to exist. And then the next name, the word that we use is Bahasham. Ba means in, Ha means the, Sham meaning name. Okay, so Yahawah, Bahasham, and then the son's name is Yahawashi. Yah, once again, meaning he, Hawashi, meaning to save or to deliver or is salvation. All right, so Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and then once again, Bahasham, Rakah, Kadash, Rakah meaning spirit, Kadash meaning holy or set apart. Right, so put it all together: Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakah, Kadash. Okay, and that's the true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, which you should call upon. In the Paleo Hebrew, the Lashawan Kadash. We don't call upon the Jesus or the Yeshua or the Yahweh or the Yahusha or the Yahuwah or none of that. Those are false names, false gods that the heathens have given to you people. Okay? Yeah, if you're a true blue Israelite, you want to call upon the right names, the correct names. All right, Acts 4 and 12 states that it's one name under the heaven that you got to call upon, man. All right, and a lot of these camps out here are not pushing that proper name and that proper vibration, right? Hey, shalom to those in the comments. Yahawah, Bahasham, Barak, Ahtham, to you and your household. So today, the lesson will be entitled, Go and Make Men, or Go and Make Disciples of Men, okay? This is something that we have been commanded by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi to do, to go forth and to spread this gospel, because via spreading this gospel, you're going to make disciples, right? That's what's going to happen. You're going to make disciples of men. Individuals are they're going to gain discipline and guidance through the gospel being spread, through the works being spread out there. All right, individuals getting right and repenting and converting and coming back to this truth, right? So let's first get that word disciple. And I want to get it in the etymology.com. Disciple, which means one who follows another for the purpose of learning. The personal followers of Yahawashi HaMashiach during his life, the 12 apostles, chosen or called by him to be his immediate associates. All right. A biblical borrowing from Latin, discipulus, which means pupil, student, follower. All right, so basically someone that's following, because what do they call Yahawashi? A rabbi. All right. What? Yeah, get that up out of here. Good look. So a rabbi is a teacher, a master, one that's teaching, one that has authority to teach over you, to bring information down from information that he has been taught, right? All it is a domino effect. Yahawah raised up Yahawashi, gave him this information and told him to go forth and give that to us, right? And then what do? We do the same thing. So we domino effect. We give the information down. So it's not no gatekeeping in this truth. It can't be. You're supposed to give the information freely, right? Buy the truth and sell it not. So how do you buy the truth? With effort, with time. All you got to do is give your ear. That's how you buy it. You have to study. You have to, apply yourself. Be diligent. This is also what a disciple should be. If you are a follower of Yahawashi HaMashiach, then therefore you shall be transforming, reforming yourself and moving in a different way, moving in a way that he moved, in a similitude of Yahawashi. We are what you would know as baby Yahawashis out here. Okay? We're trying to walk in that light. All right, brother got a precept, 2 Timothy 2:2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. And that goes into the point being of, do we got to teach everybody? No. Okay? If you show yourself to be a faithful man, then I'm going to commit this to you. I'm going to constantly teach you. If you show yourself to be a scoffer and a mocker, and you come around and you're just causing distractions, then it's no point to continue giving you information. Yahawashi stated this best. Let's go to it. Cast not thy pearls unto swine. Matthew 7:6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs. Holy Kadash, being set apart. This truth is set apart. It's different. It's not trendy. It's not something that belongs with the entire planet. It's something that belongs with the elect, the remnant. So why would I go forth and waste my breath giving it to those that don't care about it? They're not considerate about it, right? So we're going to teach, yeah, in a public setting, but to individuals that don't want to get it, that don't want to partake, and you're here for entertainment's sake, it's no point, all right? Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. This is what's going to happen with your family members, your friends, all these individuals that are still in the world and they can't hold on to this. They don't care for this truth. Let's go to John 15 real quick. This is John 15:18. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. So you're going to have to take that persecution. You're going to have to take the same, being a similitude of Yahawashi. You're going to have to take some of the same situations that he was placed into. Being tried, but you being innocent, but you still being persecuted for a crime that you did not commit, right? Being framed, being slandered, right? Verse 19, if ye were of the world would love his own, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you, right? So this has to come with this. And this is something that the disciples that come from you, the followers that listen, because it's all going back to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. We got to understand this is what comes with it. So to be a disciple, to be a follower of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, this has to be known. Hey, bro, this is going to come. This truth ain't peaches and cream, man. It's when this stuff starts to happen, you can't start bitching and moaning. Right? You can't start being like, man, well, I ain't know this was going to happen to me, bro. I'm going to have to leave. I'm going to have to break off. I'm going to have to go back into the world. Like it's something more better in there for you. No. You're building faith. To build faith is like a diamond, right? It's being made under pressure. You are being refined. So you have to be built up. You have to be crushed, right? And like gold, you don't want to be that metal that's getting refined out of the gold. You want to be the gold. Gold gets refined down, to a liquid state, and then it's smelted back into a solid state. So you want to be broke down to get the impurities out of the gold, the distractions. Your family, your friends that you hang around in the world that you so dearly love, they could be the metal, the distractions, the impurities. They might not be chosen by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. All right? You may not be chosen by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's something you got to keep in your mindset. All right? To work out your own salvation with fear and with trembling, humbly and meek. Right? So to be a disciple of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, these things got to be running through your mind. Okay? Never get caught up on preeminence. Never get caught up on thinking you this and thinking you that. Just because the precepts come to you like that, or, you got a huge following, or blah, blah, blah. No, none of that stuff matters, bro. Okay? Okay? You study, you show thyself approved, you know your stuff, and you continuously do this every day. Consistent. Okay? Regardless if it's one person on here or 100 people on here. Regardless if they listening or they not. What was told, to believe Ezekiel, prophesy unto the wind. All right. So regardless, this is gonna go. It's a line that goes forth upon the earth, according to the book of Psalms, the internet, okay, where this goes out. Isaiah 55:11, the word of Yahawah does not go out void. So this word is going to hit who it needs to hit when it needs to hit them, at the point in time that it needs to hit them. You can't force this on nobody. Hey, listen to my lesson. Hey, share this. Listen. No. That's a worldly, trendy type aspect. You know? No, we're not in there. One thing I hate is car salesmen, man. You know, I had this dude come to my door the other day trying to sell me some damn Wi-Fi. I'm like, bro, I'm already comfortable with what I got, man. You know? And he was like, okay. So I told him I'm busy. He was like, okay, I'll come back when you're not busy. I'm like, no, don't come back. I'm not. Is that you can't force that on nobody. If a brother's supposed to get it, then he gonna get it. If he's not with it, he's not gonna be with it. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it going. Let's go to Matthew 28. I got it right here. And 16. And the caption on this would be Yahawashi's commission. Now I want to get that because that word is important. Commission in the etymology. And it states, authority entrusted to someone. Delegated authority or power. Delegation of business. Right? Oh, I love this one right here. To unite, connect, combine, to bring together. Right? To release, let go, send, throw. Okay? So Yahawashi has a commission. Man, I love mobster movies, right? And in the mobster aspect, in the mobster life, you had what you would call the commission, where I believe Al Capone started it, or it might have been Meyer. But anyway, that's beyond the fact that a commission was started amongst the mobsters, Chicago, New York, you know, all over the nation, right? And that commission would come together and you would approve who would get whacked. If it was like a boss or all that, you know, you have to get approval from the commission. So this is Yahawashi basically establishing his commission, his government, all right, his body. That's what you know is the 144,000. That as it says, Yahawashi's commission. So he's establishing these men to go forth and spread this gospel. Matthew 24, right? 13, 14. Okay, so this gospel must be spread upon the entire world. The true gospel, the doctrine of the apostles, not Jesus, not cheese and rice. Okay, the true gospel, the proper understanding. As we're going to read, letting you know that you got to baptize in the correct names. Right? So, Yahawashi has been given power. Let's read it. 16. Then the 11 disciples went away into Galilee, into a mountain where Yahawashi had appointed them. And when they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. And Yahawashi came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. Well, he has been given that authority and that power. And I'm going to get the precepts in a minute. Verse 19, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and that name is Yahawah, and of the Son, the name is Yahawashi, and of the Holy Spirit. That's Rakakadash. So if we don't have those names, then why would Yahawashi tell us to go forth and do that? Okay, he's just throwing us out there in the darkness? No. You can read in John 17, he has kept us in those names. So we have the names. He's given the names. If you can't get the names, then you most likely was not with Yahawashi back then. You most likely is not of that lot. You was of the lot that hated, that said crucify him, that tried to stone him, that threw rocks, etc., etc. You're most likely of that lot, and you're finding it extremely hard to come to grasp that he don't like you because you never liked him. You understand that? If you have the love for him, you will continuously have the love from him. Reincarnation after reincarnation. It's not gonna be no reincarnation where you come back and you just don't love Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. No, the spirits of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. So therefore, if you have that love ever since the beginning, you're gonna continuously have that love, right? You're gonna continuously be woke up every time, man. So that really right there speaks evidence to these individuals that can't say the names, or you say that we don't have the names, because you was never commissioned to be a disciple of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Never. You was never meant to wake up in the right stead. You may know you an Israelite. Okay, great. You can get a cookie for that. But that does not mean anything too much. It just means that, you're of the chosen nation. You'll be good regardless at the end of the day. Going back to the movie Civil War, what type of Israelite are you? What type of American are you? Right? So he got into the qualifications. Are you this type of American? Are you this type of American? Are you a liberal? Are you whatever? Blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing with us. What type of Israelite are you? Are you a Yah Israelite? Are you a Ahaya Israelite? Are you a Yahuwah Israelite? Are you a Yahweh Israelite? Are you a Jesus Christ Israelite? Because you got them out there. You an Israelite. Hey, whatever floats they boat, man. You know what I'm saying? So we have been told to go forth and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of Yahawah, Yahawashi, and the Holy Spirit. That's the correct way. That's the proper way. It's no other way. You can't go into the sheepfold a different way, bro. Right? Now let's get these precepts off the board that the brother dropped. Starting with 2nd Esdras 12 and 37. Therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book, and hide them, and teach them to the wise of the people, whose hearts thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets. Exactly. Committed to faithful men, the wise of the people. How do you know if an individual is wise? You judge off of the spirit, off of the actions, off the characteristics. Okay? Hey, if the brother teaching the correct doctrine, the right doctrine, the doctrine of the apostles, is he changing up the doctrine? Is he moving the correct way? Is he hitting the corner every weekend or whenever? He's hitting it constantly, right? Is he bringing out lessons, edifying lessons constantly? You know? So wisdom is shown, right? Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, 8th chapter. She what? She orders all things. Wisdom of Solomon 8:1. Wisdom reacheth from one end to another mightily and sweetly, doeth she order all things. I loved her and sought her out from my youth. I desired to make her my spouse, and I was a lover of her beauty, in that she is conversant with power. She magnifieth her nobility, yea, the Lord of all things himself loved her. So, as a disciple, we're going to love what who taught us loves. We're going to love wisdom, man. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi loves wisdom. We're going to love wisdom. You should, because that's what? That's to fear. If you don't have wisdom, then you don't fear Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. It's not wise to not fear Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's what's the word? Asinine, man. That's you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. It's far out. So the fear, let's get that. Let's go to Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of Yahawah is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So if you don't have that fear, then you're not trying to be a disciple. You're not disciplined. You're not seeking that guidance. You're not going to be stable, because what is wisdom and knowledge? Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahawah is his treasure. Now, what also, does that fear also do? It lifts the standard. Because let's go to Isaiah 59:19, and it reads, so shall thou fear the name of Yahawah. If you don't fear the name of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, bro, it's nothing for you there. It's no protection. You didn't fear enough to go into that strong tower, which is the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? That's you know, it's it makes no sense. It's no common sense, because wisdom is also common sense in that sense. Not the wisdom of the world, but the wisdom of these scriptures, the wisdom of the understanding, the knowledge of these scriptures is going to guide you. Yahawah is what? A guide. We got to get that in Second Esdras, right? He's a guide to them that diligently seek him. You know, matter of fact, oh, I got two that jumped in my mind. But let's get that first. The Isaiah. So shall they fear the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahawah shall lift up a standard against him. You're not going to get spiritual powers just because you're an Israelite. No, it's not what that means. 2/3 of our people will be unalive, will feel. This is Jacob's trouble. Who is ICE going down on the most? The Israelites. Yeah, they knocking up Edomites too. They knocking up whoever else it may be. But once again, this is Jacob's trouble. Okay? Now, it's going to be everybody's trouble. But the priority at the top of the shit list is Israelites. That's who all these agents, all these alphabet boys was created for. CIA, FBI, you know, whatever. Okay? All of them was really created to contain and for this appointed time where they see Jake rising up, right? So it is what it is, surveillance. But those that fear the name of Yahawah, all right, the standard will be lifted for them. Spiritual powers will be for them. It's not just for your average boo-boo and Ray on the corner selling weed, man. No. Okay? Let's get these precepts. The brother said, Khan, you can't make this up. Not everybody is wise, Khan. Yep. But this is Matthew 13:16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. And to get to that point, you have to fear. You have to have the wisdom and the understanding, right? So you're going to be able to see, you're going to be able to hear. But even to get to that point, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi got to be dealing with you, because he wants you to get there. He wants you to understand. He wants you to comprehend. He drawed you, John 6:44, you know? So he woke you up. He chose to wake you up. He could have left you sleep. He could have left you dealing with this and that. He's actually, sure, he'll give you a challenge. He'll chastise you and he'll send you a demon. You know, what, regardless if it being a woman, if it being stuff in the world that you was dealing with, video games, movies, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that's just taking you away from him. He'll send you that and see if you're going to fast and pray and seek him out of that. Okay? So it's up to you, bro. You got to trust. Hey, it's Proverbs 16. Let's get that. Proverbs 16:1. The preparations of the heart is man, and the answer of the tongue is from Yahawah. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahawah weigheth the spirits. Commit thy works unto Yahawah, and thy thoughts shall be established. So he's going to put this in front of you to see how you take it, and if you want to get right, or if you're going to fall to the distraction that he laid in front of you and go back into the world. And then think and be like Esau. What Esau say? He lays snaps in front of you and he thinks no one should see him. That's how a lot of Jake is. You're doing things behind the scenes and you're like, no, nobody gonna know. Ain't no brother gonna know I did this. But guess who knows? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. That furthermore goes back to the point of brothers doing lessons and things of that nature, and there's nobody on the thing. So what? We prophesy to the wind. It's always Halalyam watching us. All right? Integrity, bro. It's always there. So somebody's always watching. You know? Keep that. All right? So commit thy works unto Yahawah, and thy thoughts shall be established. The more you study, the more you grow, the more you watch videos, wisdom is gonna, she declares herself. She's gonna speak out. All right? That goes back also to the eye of a man being single. You know? What you bringing in. to the body, it's going to eventually, you're going to echo it out because that's what you're bringing in. All right, let's get the more precepts. Not too many people are blessed to see or hear, Khan, and know of this understanding of wisdom and knowledge, Khan. Ecclesiasticus 19:18. The fear of Yahawah is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Khan. And that's it, the first step. So that's the first step to get there, right? Is to humble yourself, to know that it's a power greater than thee. Bow down, right? That's extremely important. You got an individual, Kendrick Lamar, he write humble, but he can't even humble himself to bow down to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi. With the blasphemy that he did, you know, portraying himself to be Yahawashi, wearing that crowns and having the blood, doing all that shit for Esau, man. So you don't practice what you preach. You don't practice what you write. All your songs is weak due to the fact of you not exemplifying them, man. These niggas just be talking. Alright? Yo, modern day celebrity is what they say in Jamaica, a bati boy, man. That's all these dudes is. They bend over backwards, man, for Satan. And they literally getting poked. Alright? Revelations 2:4. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee because thou hast left thy first love. Okay? Reading, studying, growing, wisdom. Okay? It's not all about videos. Okay? You do your videos, most definitely feed the sheep. But you got to make sure you still studying, you still growing, you still reading, you still experiences, you know? All right? So life is man, life is beautiful. Take time and walk. Look at nature. Look at how stuff works. Hey, the water Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi, because this place is beautiful, especially when this damn devil is eradicated from here. It'll be even more beautiful. We'll be able to enjoy it. You won't have to see chemicals coming down every single day. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to really enjoy it around this planet. All right? You won't have to worry about your kids going to school, learning some bullshit, and then you got to correct this. Right? So going back to the point of being a disciple is knowing what, and that's why you watch your leaders, all right, closely, right, and you grow off of them. Okay, we watch and who do we study the most? Yahawashi. Okay, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right, and what they say in the world, what would Jesus do? What would Yahawashi do though? For real, that's a mindset that you should have in you. Yo, what does Scripture say about this moment, this situation that I'm going through? What's a scripture that can help me in this? That's applying the scriptures to your life. That should always run through your mind, man. All right, and that what maybe brothers got road rage. Well, don't be haste, right? Don't. You know what I'm saying? To be that bigger man, you gotta be the bigger man. Especially out here with these Babylonians, these Egyptians, bro. They on edge. Okay, they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. What they see is bills upon bills, hard out here inflation. And they might have a pistol or something, they ready to unload that thing. All right, that's what's going through their mind. They don't have the comfort of the scriptures like we do. So we have that standard is being risen for us even in that moment, because knowing the truth is a spiritual power. Bro, 99% of this world don't got it, right? So just even to know the breakdowns, to know where to go to get the breakdowns if you don't know it. You have been given a VIP package, man. All right? They in the line trying to get into a club, but you just walk right by and you dap the bouncer and you walked in and you got a table set up for you. You know? Let's mansions. What, John 14? Let's go there. That's what it is. You literally have a table set up for you, man. This is John 14:1. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in power, believe also in me. All right? In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. That's that VIP. You coming through, place already prepared. Okay? We know, hey, it might not be here, but we have that reward at the end of the tunnel. If death is in that tunnel, then that's what it is. That's just what it is. Okay? Much suffering is in that tunnel. That's just what it is. Persecution is in that tunnel. That's just what it is. You got to lose this. You got to lose that. You got to lose your spouse, a kid here or there. That's just what it is. But at the end of the day, you're going to get it all back 100-fold. And that's harder to go through than to say, yeah, we all understand that, right? But you got to pray for the spirit to be placed upon you to undergo these things, man, when you're going to go through these things. And we can feel, I know we can feel through the spirit that it's getting closer and closer to these type of things happening. Because ICE ain't taking no breaks. Okay, DHS, Border Patrol, they ain't taking no breaks. If anything, they're getting more aggressive. I watched what's the dude, Bolingo or whatever his name is, you know, the head of ICE. And he said, if anybody touch you, put their ass down. That's what he stated, man. Right? So, matter of fact, let me go get it. I'm gonna get the video. They got a license to kill, man.
Arrest as many people that touch you as you want to. Those are the general orders. All the way to the top, everybody fucking gets it if they touch you. You hear what I'm saying? Less legals. We're gonna look at shipping tractor trailer loads of that shit in here. So you catch what it's all about us now. It ain't about them. Professional, legal, ethical, and moral. You know what we're talking about. Legal, ethical, moral. You're on camera. But other than that, it's what we do.
What city is it, G?
It's fucking ours. This is our fucking city. Arrest as many.
It's our fucking city. Yo, these Edomites, they own it, man. And that's good, though, that their spirit is on them to do that. They gonna come in. They coming in like a flood. Right? They coming in heavy. But the thing is, we don't care. Okay? This is supposed to happen. The worse it gets for us, the better it is for us, honestly. Times of Noah, lawlessness, purge, civil war. Yeah, prophets of doom. Okay, great. Why would you not want destruction for this place? Come on. All right? John 14:3 again. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. Yahawashi didn't forget what he said. Okay, he's coming back. He's made a promise to us. Everything else he said he would do, he did. Right? He's not one to be slack upon what he promises to us. You just have to have impatience possess ye your souls. You just have to have patience. Don't be one of those, well, he ain't came, it's been 1,000 years. He ain't came, it's been 2,000 years. You know, that was 2,000 years ago he said that. That's just 2 days. That's nothing. When we get those bodies, those everlasting bodies, that time frame is nothing to us. We're going to look at that like, what? That's nothing. Right? So having that mindset, it's going into that everlasting body is also having your mindset changed. Where Yahawah's thoughts is not our thoughts, his ways is not our ways. We're going to be in a similitude of the ways of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So being a disciple, you go into the ways of those that you're following. That's extremely important, man. You can't come into this thing and remain the same. You got to elevate, right? You go to another level. You know what I'm saying? Verse 4. And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know. We know where Yahawashi is right now. Up there, right hand of the Father. He ain't just sitting down, just chilling. No, he's being the high priest. All right? He's doing things. And he's preparing to come back down here. Because everything that he stated that would echo in his return is happening. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famine, pestilence. You got this new, what's it called? Nipah virus that's spreading. All right? You know, and I don't know if I can say that because, you know, soon they're going to get on that. They're going to get on that. Well, we can't say it how they did with the CVID. But hey, you know, it's all good. But anyway, it's coming in. They're echoing this pestilence because that's nothing but sickness, right? So the water Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi, may it spread, you know? Because everything that Yahawashi said would happen is happening. Verse 5, Thomas saith unto him, Adawan, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? Yahawashi saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto me, no man cometh unto the Father, Salakia, but by me. Let's get a precept. You can't enter into the sheepfold, bro. John 10:1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber. So you can't enter in a different way. It's only one front door. Okay? And that path is narrow with water on this side, fire on this side. All right? So that persecution that we was talking about. So to be a disciple, you got to come up the proper way and the correct way like every other brother did. Going through that pain, that you know, all of that, man. Yeah, no doggy doors, man. Okay? No back doors, no doggy doors. This is a strong tower. You look at those medieval movies, you look at the castles, you got a drawbridge, right? It's like the Ark also. You got one way in. You know, we going through that. And then soon it's going to be closed. And everybody else that denied it, that refused it, that didn't believe, they're going to be sitting outside looking at it like, yo, and then the fire going to come. Boom. But we protected, watching it, Revelations 15 chapter. Okay, watching the destruction of this place. With, not to be mean or whatever, but I mean, hey, we told you so. Yahawah, we be of that number. Because that's what we hoping. Because we may not make it. So keeping that humble and that meek spirit is how you enter in a contrite spirit. You know? And that's the same type of spirit that our elders have, man. All right? That would possess them to preach for 40 years plus, 30 years plus, ongoing. Right? Ongoing. When Paul said, our salvation is nearer than we, than it used to be, and that was 2,000 so years ago, it was nearer. It was far closer than when it was the time of Moses and us coming up out of Egypt. It was far closer than when we was judges. It was far closer than King Saul, King David, and King Solomon. It was far closer than the first time we went into Babylon in captivity. Okay? Think about those times when we was in those times being reincarnated. And we was waiting on our Messiah. We was waiting on Yahawashi. Right? Like, man, because Genesis 49:10 states, then shall come the gathering of Shiloh shall come, he shall gather the people. And that is what we talked about earlier. Yahawashi's commission. He's gathering his people. So that prophecy that was long ago written is finally being fulfilled. Right? Over 4,000 so years ago. And that's just massive. Let's get some more of this, and then we're going to begin to wrap it up. Okay, verse 7, John 14. If ye have known me, you should have known my Father also, and from henceforth ye know him, and have seen him. Philip saith unto him, Adawan, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Yahawashi saith unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me, have seen the Father, and have saith thou, then show us the Father. Because Yahawashi is what? He's that image, meaning that likeness, that way. Now, does the Father have a body? Yes, it's described in the book of Daniel. Okay, so what Yahawashi is telling you is that, the things I did, the ways that I moved, okay, this is the way that the Most High moves. So therefore, us being disciples, we have to move in that way to be ambassadors, to show that we are in a similitude of Yahawashi, right? So you are a representation, and that's why you can't bring any blame to the ministry, because you are a representation of Yahawashi. They're using this dude, Captain Tazariwak, right? to go out here and cause much confusion by stating that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth, by stating that the image of the MOTB is the picture of white Jesus. By stating much confusion, they're using these camps, ISUPK, IUIC, Sakari, whatever, who would be Genesis, to bring much blame to the ministry. But those aren't the men of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Those are worldly men. Okay? It vibrates from them. All right? Their eye is not single towards Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. It's more so engulfing the world and taking on practices and trends of the world, the money and the facets of the world. You see these dudes walking around, if brothers seen the video, they walking around in a circle and then they begin to fight, play fight or whatever. Bro, that's not going to help you against that weapon they got now called God's voice. Okay? Where they put the weapon, they make the weapon on, you fall to your knees. All right? Because they don't fear Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Carnal means are not going to help you get through. All right? Now, hey, exercise do profit. Yeah, a little. Okay, so, hey, be able to walk at least 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, etc., right? Work out, do your thing. But all this martial arts and all that, it ain't going to help against FEMA troops, man. And drones and robot dogs and all of that. What's going to help? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's it. Okay, that's it. That's why we read Isaiah 59 and 19. Okay, let me see. Brothers got some precepts. Hey, just get them up out of here. We ain't going forth with nobody on the YouTube, man. That's why I'm on here. All right, let's get them up. I'm gonna get them up out of here myself. Hey, Shalawam to my brother Yaramya Gabar. Good to see you, Malak. All right, this is Psalms 44 and 6. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. But thou hast saved us from our enemies and hast put them to shame that hated us. Beautiful. As a matter of fact, I've got to go over there and I want to get verse 5, I believe. Yeah. Psalms 44 and 5. Though through thee, Salakia, through thee will we push down our enemies. Through who? Through Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. Okay? So if you're not qualifying with those, if you're not saying through Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, your righteousness is in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. It's not in you. It's not in you ISUPK dudes walking around and play fighting in a circle. We did that shit in high school, man. Slap boxing and all that. That's middle school activities, man. Okay? That stuff is not going to get you past everything that's coming down. You seriously don't know the wickedness of this devil, bro. Okay? The power that he has, man. I did a lesson entitled Weapons of the Future. This man has, he got weapons, bro, that he could turn, it's a 5G tower down the street. He could turn that thing up, turn the radiation up, and it be causing cancer all over this place. This is what's going to happen. What did Trump say he's going to use 6G for? Surveillance under the skin. All right? So this type of technology, this type of warfare, this type of witchcraft, divination that he's using, and you do your little slap boxing about to help, they ain't got it. They're not spiritual men. They're just not spiritual men. That's what it is. It comes down to it. They just do not have faith. But they have faith in their hands. All right? It was extremely embarrassing. Exactly, Malak. Extremely embarrassing. So back to John 14 and verse 10. Believest thou not that I am in the Father and the Father in me? And that's the same thing that our people, they look at us because they grew up with us. You know, they changed our diapers or whatever. Okay? They can't see that we are those men. And they don't want to listen to us. But they'll go and listen to a perfect stranger that's on the internet because they got 500,000 followers on TikTok. Okay? So this is what they're equating to wisdom. And that's wisdom of the world. Followers, status, likes, comments. When a brother that just got 100 followers, you know, or 10 people on the live or whatever like that, what does he know? Ain't nobody following him. When did Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi say he was going to deal with the masses? You need to switch that around. He's going to eliminate a massive amount of people. He's going to destroy a massive amount of people. So what side of the fence are you putting yourself in by aligning with individuals that's dealing with the masses? These false prophets that are risen up are giving more followers because of that reason, for those followers to be eliminated with them, according to Jeremiah 14:13 going downward, man. All right? So, hey, if you in that congregation of the dead, stay there. We would pray that you come out because we want the elect to be saved. And the elect will be saved. It's nothing that a YT man could do, a Jake could do, an Ammonite, a Moabite, a Elamite, an Ishmaelite could do to pull an elect member away from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay? Understand that. Get that in your mind. Verse 11. Believe me that I am in the Father and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very works' sake. You shall know him by his fruits. Yahawashi came through healing the blind, healing the sick, healing the lame, doing all these different type of miracles, speaking a doctrine, quoting the scriptures and giving it to you straight and raw, austere and strict, the correct and the proper way. It was found no guile in him, no deceit. No, he's not mischievous. He's not manipulating. All right? These individuals came and tried to catch him in a trap. And he destroyed every single trap that they brought. The only time they could get him is when he allowed himself to be took. You know him by his works, man. All right? I mean, man. Okay, so you look at what we saying, and you understand that this is the voice of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi echoing across this planet. Because every single thing that we have been saying is coming to pass right now. And I know a lot of you individuals are sitting there looking like, yo, these brothers is right. These brothers is, yo, where that MOTB at? Oh, you about to see it? You definitely about to see that. If you actually been doing your research and you know about all the semiconductor companies, all right, the CHIPS Act of, 2022, I believe? You know, all that stuff. Why is America going to defend Taiwan? Because Taiwan is producing 60% of the world's semiconductors. So all this type of stuff that individuals have been saying is equaling up and adding up to this specific appointed time, man. WW3, you see the tension. Why is the EU going forth and making deals with India? Why is Canada saying they're going to split from America? Why? Why did the Canadian president go and fly to China and they buddy now? Why? Why is the 10 kings, the 10 horns, hating the whore? That's what you need to be saying. The way that the elders, apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone broke it down is the correct and the proper way, man. That's the truth. That's it. If you can't feel it, you ain't got no feelings. Okay? You ain't got the spirit. That's what it is. Let's get these precepts. And Shalawam to my brother Shabai. Yahawashi Yahawashi. Shalawam to my brother JK. Yahawashi Yahawashi. Alright. Ecclesiasticus 21:9. The congregation of the wicked is like toy wrapped together, and the end of them is a flame of fire to destroy them. That's it. The congregation of the wicked, also the congregation of the dead. They haven't been quickened. All right? They haven't been quickened, come alive in life. They wander on in gross darkness. They can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Their light in their imaginary tunnel is money, is fame, is status on this side. They want to align under an Edomite rule, an Edomite kingdom for centuries, I guess. Because you want the white man to keep ruling. And what is his object? What is his end goal? Transhumanism, okay? Half human, half robot. Transferring your consciousness out of your body and putting it into another. You can't do that. You can't manipulate the soul like that, bro. You watch these certain shows like Altered Carbon, Subservient, what's that old joint with what's his name that died, man? The funny comedian. Bicentennial man. Brother Noah, you can put it in there. That was one of the old ones that's showing you Esau's mindset, what he wants to do. You know? So transhumanism, that's it. So is this what you Jakes want to align with? If you take the 501(c) and you speak what this man wants to have you speak, then you have become a disciple of Esau. Going back to the topic of the lesson, make disciples of men. You have become a disciple of Esau, man. That's what you have become, because you're following after his ways, and you're teaching and you're putting out there what he teaches and what he pushes. When did Yahawashi ever teach Jesus Christ, bro? When? Let me calm down, man. Okay, let's get that Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. The water, I was looking for that one earlier in the lesson. The water. Okay, and bringing that back to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. They're gonna moan in anguish because they found themselves as fools. That's the moment they're gonna admit when the nukes is coming. Even before that, because in Jacob's trouble, as it states in 2nd Esdras, I believe the 16th chapter. Matter of fact, let's go get that. That then it shall be known who my elect is. It was around 60 something. Dang. Brother know it, you throw it up. Give me 1 second. Then known my elect. 2nd Esdras. Yeah, 16 and 73. All right, I'm going to start up. Let's start at 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them, going to Isaiah 66, 13, 14, 15, right? Those that eat the swine behind the tree. Okay, so you may be took to these certain camps and they're going to try to feed you pork, lobster, crab, shrimp, shellfish. You got to refuse that. Consent, meaning you aligned to it. You gave in to it. You actually have to consent to the MOTB. You can deny it, right? If you consent, it's going to be a choice. It ain't going to be forced. All right. Now, you may say it's forced because at the end of it is death if you don't take it. That's not forced. They can't make you do that, right? You have to consent. Any individual that takes the MOTB, you will consent to it. Okay? You're going to consent to it. You're going to say, yeah, let me get that because I got to eat. Boom, boom, boom. That's your mindset. All right? But if you trust in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, he's going to what? He's going to protect you and take care of you in the hour of temptation that shall come upon the whole world. Right? Verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. So, another scripture comes to mind. You shall be persecuted or tried 10 days. 10 representing perfection, a perfect number of days. It don't mean we're going to be in jail or prison for 10 days. No, we should be in jail, maybe months. maybe a year, however long it may be that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi wants to have us in that condition. So a perfect time, right? It could be 2 months, it could be 2 weeks. It is what it is, right? So we will be tried ultimately, is what we're understanding. So this is speaking of that time frame, where they will also, Isaiah 59 and 19, they coming in like a flood. They gonna begin to take brothers, man, right? But 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. But if you don't, then Psalms 55 and 22, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is going to sustain thee. He's going to get you out of these situations, just as he did for Peter and Paul when they got thrown into prison. He may allow you to disappear like Yahawashi when they were trying to stone him and unalive him and throw him off a cliff. Why were they not able to throw him off a cliff? It was a mob against one man, but they couldn't do it. You understand? You have to have the faith and the understanding that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is still working in that way. He ain't never changed. He's not asleep. Okay? He still has angels encamping around about us, man. Verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. We're seeing that right now. We're seeing the beginning stages. ICE is going to ramp up. You're going to have, you possibly can have UN troops over here. All this different type of stuff going on, man. So a massive amount of influx of devils walking through. People that are aligning with the beast system and that are, having martial law. Hey, brothers is talking about martial law a lot. Yes. Right? Not being able to move around. 15-minute cities. That's already being implemented in China. It'll make its way over here. Social credit system. UBI. Universal basic income. Don't forget these things. You know? The elites, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Kissingers, DuPonts, etc., they coming down with they master plan, so-called. Alright. And when they come down with it, they're going to come down with it in full force, speedily, suddenly, in wrath, in great wrath, because they have but a short time, as the scripture states. Right? And how is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi going to destroy them? Suddenly. They about to eat. Suddenly, that plate got snatched. And they saw the food fall to the ground. And it's over. It's over. Alright, verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall, so for you individuals that you got the mindset, going back to the topic of the lesson, make disciples of men, you follow these individuals that are preppers. So you become a disciple of a prepper individual. So you're going to prep your way through Jacob's trouble. That's not going to work, buddy. All right? That's not going to get you through. Okay? You're going to have to move about as pilgrims upon the earth, as the scriptures state. So how are you going to, you might have accumulated a massive amount of water, a massive amount of canned goods in your shed, but you're going to have to leave all that behind. Okay? And furthermore, if you got so-called neighbors down the street, your Edomite neighbor Bob or Dick or Harry, and you think they're your friends, no. They might have been your friends, your fake friends at that point in time, but when it's Jacob's trouble and they can't feed their family and they know you got that, they coming to get that. I'm sorry, neighbor, but don't make no moves and I won't have to take you out. Hey, look at Lead the World Behind, man. It's a different mindset. Y'all was keying the other day, but now it's I gotta feed my family. So spoiling, meaning robbing, stealing, destroying houses. Okay, these people are not your friends, man. The only ones that's gonna be right is the brotherhood, bro. Okay, because we gonna be sitting back laughing, sitting back drinking wine. The brother Yahawah down there in El Paso, he said he got a bottle of whiskey set up, you know, and we ready for those moments, man, because this is everything that we talked about, everything that the Adawan, you know, poured down to us to let us know Yahawashi called us friends in John 15. I believe so, yeah. You know, so he has given us that blueprint, that understanding. This about to happen, this about to happen, this about to happen. Don't fear. These are beginning sorrows. Don't trip over this. Don't trip over that. Don't trip over this. I got you. Okay? Everybody else, you're gonna see 1,000 fall on your left, 10,000 on your right. I got you. You gotta really believe that he has you because that's what he said. And he ain't lying, bro. Alright? Verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Then you'll know. Until that time, it's a guessing game. You got to play that guessing game. Okay? Brother got some precepts. Brother got a lot of precepts. Hey, the water, yeah, you got that one I was looking for. Luke 12 and 29. And seek not ye what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, neither be ye of doubtful mind. Exactly. He feed the sorrows. He feeds the sparrows. He'll feed the sparrows, the squirrels. You know, he'll feed a roach. He'll feed a rat, right? Especially them damn rats in Chicago and New York. They eating too damn good, right? So he's feeding these animals, man. You know? So how much more you? How much more you? He's not going to take care of you, but he takes care of the animals. And you a sincere brother. You calling upon Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You doing what you're supposed to do. And you don't think he's going to take care of you and get you through these moments, man? Don't. Just scripture say if a man's faith falls in the day of adversity, his faith is weak, loosely quoting. You can't be like that. That's why you got to do these workouts. You got to bench press. All right? Meaning you reading and you taking in this knowledge. You listening. You watching the videos. All right? You doing what you're supposed to do. On and off camera. Okay? Constantly, man. This is your life. You prioritize this above everything else. You can play 2K later on, man. Okay? You can play Madden later on. You can chill with your lady later on. Them girls gonna be there. This right here is gonna get you through. All right? 30. For all these things do the nations of the world seek after, and your Father knoweth that you have need of these things. But rather seek ye the kingdom of power, and all these things shall be added unto you. You seek the kingdom of heaven first, and all these things shall be added. All right? It may be your lot not to have a wife, not to have a woman on this side. You'll get 100-fold in the kingdom. It may be your lot not to have kids on this side. You'll get 100-fold in the kingdom. This is not our rest. We can't sit back and relax. This is like, it's like a sprint, and you got nothing but a pack of wild dogs behind you. You got to keep going. You stop, they on your ass. Okay? That be them distractions catching up. Then you got to fight them off. And now you got bruises and bumps because you went back into the world. You let it catch up with you. But the more you run, it's a thing called runner's high. When you get to it and you get to that point where you feel it don't even feel bad no more. You got that runner's high. The endorphins and the dopamine, all that comes from running. And now you just moving in it. You just like, yo, let's go. You know, you got to get to that point in this truth. Is where, man, these lessons they should not be to you a chore. You should really love to bring it out and to feed the sheep. Right? I love to you know, and conversate with the brothers, man, in that sense, all right? So it should be, as a Elder Apostle Gabar says, a labor of love, man. You know, we love this. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah 65 and 13, and we're going to begin to wrap it up, all right? This went far longer than I planned. Isaiah 65 and 13, therefore thus saith Yahawah power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right? 1/3, 2/3. Okay? To you women out there that may not be with a man, but you truly believe, you watch the elders, apostles, and bishops with the great millstone, you know, you doing what you're supposed to do. Keep maintaining. Isaiah 4 and 1 is there for you. These scriptures are there for you. You're going to be taken care of. All right? I believe, man, you know, brothers say it all the time. When brothers get those powers, Yahawah may be sending brothers on missions. Hey, go get these brothers, go get these women up out of this situation. Bring them over here. Take care of them. He gonna let us know where to go. Right? You know, so that's what's gonna be taking place, man. You will be protected in Jacob's trouble. Hey, anyone called on the name of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, they've never been forsaken. So he's not gonna stop dealing with you. This goes back to you having a righteous conscience. You knowing that you doing what you do is correct. You proper. You know what I'm saying? So what do you have to fear? You can't really fear. Because if you did, you check your P's and Q's, you dotted your I's and crossed your T's, he gonna come and get you. He gonna come and take care of you. Right? Right? Let me see. Hey, get these bug outs out of here, man. All right. We're reading from the KJV, okay? King James Bible, 1611. All right. Let me get that. I get 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for my joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Then they're going to feel vexed. Going back to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Then they're going to feel foolish. But when they were doing all these wicked deeds, all these sins, all this time, you was eating the pork, the lobster, the crab. You didn't care then. We told you, hey, you know you shouldn't eat that. All right? It's going to lead to high blood pressure. It's going to lead to this. It's in the Bible. It says not to eat that. Okay? But when your ass get diabetes, you get arthritis, you get high blood pressure, you know, you get all this stuff happening to you, then you want to cry. But 5 years down the line, somebody try to tell you, put the pork chop down, put all the damn hot sauce to Texas Pete down, and you ain't want to listen. We try to tell you. You should have told me. We did tell you. That's how we're going to be looking in those times. We did tell you. But now you feeling the vexation of spirit. Right? Why is FEMA kicking open my door? We told you that was going to happen. You don't retaliate by going getting a gun and trying to shoot it out. You're going to die. You retaliate by praying to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. This is all spiritual. You have strongholds that have to be broken down. All right? You have Yahawah pouring out evil spirits that he's sending to chastise. Okay? That he's sending to bring upon judgment. Once again, we have been called friends, so we know the blueprint. We know that this is a part of the story. So, Matthew 5:25, man. Agree with thine adversary quickly. As disciples, we know the correct way. Yahawashi told Peter to put the sword down. Right? Put the sword down. You got to act like Yahawashi right here. So when you moving in that sense of, yeah, I'm about to shoot it out. A lot of you jakes, because a lot of you jakes is in there. You like, yeah, don't nobody tell me shit. Nobody fuck with me. I'll shoot a nigga. Boo, boo. Yeah, you in that tough guy spirit. That tough guy spirit is going to get you eliminated. Because guess what? Esau tougher than your ass. He got more ammunition than your ass. He got more bulletproof vests. He got more rocket launchers. He got more AKs. He got more all of that. So you a gangster? No, he's a gangster. You ain't gangster. This man literally spraying chemicals in the air that's killing your little 3-year-old and your 2-year-old, bro. Literally, your baby is born. He putting all type of medicines in your baby that's destroying your baby, making your baby autism, Down syndrome, etc., etc. That's a gangster. This nigga love death. Y'all Jake think y'all hard, bro. Man, Jake don't know what y'all dealing with. Y'all really don't know, man. And he's showing his horns. He's showing his horns. And I pray to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, we be protected. All right? Sincere, real men of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and women of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. All right? So, let me see. I had a couple more precepts. I'm going to get these last two. This is Matthew 21 and 22. And it reads, and let's go up a little bit. I'm going to start at 20. And when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, how soon is the fig tree withered away? Yahawashi answered and said unto them, verily I say unto you, if you have faith and doubt not, I mean having no fear, ye shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea, it shall be done. And all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. Prayer works. You know, well, R. Kelly, prayer changes. It does. Okay, when you pray into the right power, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, as Proverbs 29, 2, I believe, states, you know, your prayer shall not be an abomination. It states that your prayer should be an abomination if you turn your ear from hearing the laws, commandments, and statutes, right? So if you're doing what you're supposed to do, then your prayers are going to be received. They're going to go through the chain of command. The angels is going to bring it forth. You know? So how you think Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is supposed to reward you and deal with you and take care of you when you don't care about him? You don't love, he don't love individuals that don't love him. You hate him because you despise his word. Therefore, you love death. What does it say? Let's go get that. This is the thing. A lot of you Christians love death and you don't even believe it, man. You don't even understand it. Proverbs 8 and 36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. He's giving you a specific decree, a specific standard, a covenant, laws, commandments, and statutes. Keep it to the best of your ability because we understand we in captivity. We can't keep everything. We understand that, right? So do what you can to the best of your ability. That should be understood, okay? If you don't do that, you don't even make an effort, then you love death because the opposite end of that is death. The wages of sin are death. You know, it ain't no flip side. All right. Let's get the last precept. This is John. Matter of fact, I just ended with 1 Peter 5 and I believe 7 because I want to do something else with that John. This is 1 Peter and I'm going to start at 5. Going back to the topic of the lesson, all right, make disciples of men. This is 1 Peter 5 and 5 going to 7. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another and be clothed with humility, for power resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble. All right. Man, you going forth, and this is extremely important. Be careful about what you say, how you move, the example that you're setting. You know, hey, me, if I tell a brother, hey, bro, you know, do your lessons, do your videos. You damn sure know I'm doing lessons. Damn near every day. All right? I'm trying to set that example because I'm not about to tell you to do something and I'm not doing it. Okay? That's the way of a wicked Pharisee, because understand you had righteous Pharisees as well. You know, the world getting that mindset of just calling somebody a Pharisee like that's a negative notation. No. You have righteous Pharisees. So those wicked Pharisees would shut the kingdom of heaven away. They would tell people to do stuff and they would not do it. And we don't do that. Right? Hey, hit the corners. We hitting the corners. Do your lessons. We doing our lessons. Fast and pray. We fasting and praying. Right? So, you know, and that all will be verified by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay? It ain't for you to sit back and be like, well, is that brother doing that? Is that brother doing this? Is that brother doing that? And you'll eventually find out through the Spirit. Okay? Is the Spirit continuously dealing with him? Right? Is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi? This is why some individuals fall out. Because they be saying one thing, but they don't be really about it. And then out of nowhere, you see this nigga back in the world. Back into the world, like, you know? Because he wasn't serious. He wasn't true blue. So, Ecclesiastes 12, 13, 14, man. Every deed. Matter of fact, let's get that before I finish on that. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahawah and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For power shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. We know certain things about Esau. Yeah, Bilderberg Group, Club of Jesus, Jesuits, sex trafficking, all this type of stuff, right? But we don't know everything. All of those wicked deeds that's done underground, behind the scenes, all of that stuff is going to be brought to the light. Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi knows everything. The same goes for fellow Israelite brothers. If they faking the funk, that's going to be brought to the light. Ain't nobody pulling one over Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi. No, you can't put no blindfold on his eye and walk into the kingdom. That's not going to happen. So if you truly had a faith and believe in this book and believe in this truth, then you don't, it's no reason to worry about that. Right? That's why the elders always say, man, trust but verify. Elder Apostle Gabar is heavy on that. Whatever they teach, Elder Apostle Tahar as well. Whatever they teach, sure, all the elders, Elder Ramlav, Elder Bakar, whatever they teach, you need to go and make sure that you know it as well. Okay? Don't just be a yes man. Don't just be watching the videos and not knowing anything. All right? You should be knowing what's going on. You should be studying and growing. You working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay? Hold up. Don't get them yet. Don't get them yet, y'all. Yeah. You off, man. All right? The scripture has no private interpretation. That's why when we bring a precept out, we bring another precept out. All right? As the thing says, things shall be proven with 2 or 3 witnesses. Right? Isaiah 28:10 states that precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Okay? So understand that. What's your name? Clover. And we don't call upon Jesus. Okay? So you need to do a little bit more research, bro. Okay? The letter J was created in 1524. You need to do some more research on that. All right? Before you begin to speak. But hey, keeping it going, let's finish it up with 1 Peter 5. And where was we at? We was at 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of power, that he may exalt you in due time. Look at, like, you may have brothers that come in. A brother may be younger than you coming in, but he may be over you. You understanding that? These things can happen too. Okay, it's not about age. As the scripture states in Job, that all men of age are not always wise. Brothers are woken up at different points in times. Okay? So it's just how the spirit moves. This is how the spirit flows. Right? All right, man. All right, bro. Yeah, we gonna get you up out of here. Hey, escort him out. Take him to the parking lot. Take him to the parking lot. Because we ain't about that. That contentious. You don't need to research. The scripture says, study to show thyself approved. Okay? Well, he got a Christian mindset with that devilish cross, bro. That cross represents death. I try to let you off light. I try to be nice to you. All right? You understand that? That cross represents the Talmuds, man. It represents death. You probably wear a cross around your neck representing the item that was used to unalive our king. Where's the common sense in that, bro? I got individuals, they got unalive, pew, but you don't see me wearing no gun around my neck. Y'all Christians have no damn common sense, man. All right? Let's hide user from channel, man. And then you feel it in yourself to consistently go back and forth. where it's only one truth. Okay? If the name is not Jesus Christ, it's not Jesus Christ. You failed to do your research in that name. I literally told you something. Letter J was created in 1524. All you got to do is research that. You know? That's all you got to do. And then go down that rabbit hole and get out of that delusion, which is Christianity. So, verse 6 again, humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of power that he may exalt you in due time. It's a certain structure. It's a certain brotherhood. It's a certain congregation that has been raised up. Just how Yahawah raised up Moses and had him lead. But you had individuals like Korah, Dathan, and Abram that wanted to go up against Moses. Or you had, certain other individuals, Achan, that kind of went against Joshua. Most definitely, he didn't listen to the orders. So you're going against the representative that Yahawah has raised up. The Pharisees in their time, the wicked Pharisees, they went against Yahawashi. When Yahawah raised up Yahawashi to do what he was supposed to do. So that order that has been set up and raised up, you are literally going against it. Right? The order is going to be represented by what? It's going to be, you can identify it by the scriptures. As we read earlier, know them by their fruits. Yahawashi say, if you don't believe that the Father is in me, at least believe me because of my works. The works that I did. So that's the evidence. The evidence that we are the men of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is because of what we do. Our works. The consistency of it. The perpetualness of it, man. We're ongoing. We're every single damn day. Or every other day or whatever it may be. Heavy, yo. Heavy in the spirit. On fire. Loving Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Never scared to say the name. Alright? We ain't saying no Most High Christ, but we ain't saying no APTTMH. We ain't saying all praises to the Most High. We ain't saying, and you can say that, but we ain't saying, we saying Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. Make my teeth white, man. We saying it every single day. You know, verse 7, ending it all. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Matter of fact, I get some more. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right? So cast all your care. Put all your worries, put all your cares upon Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. He's going to sustain you and get you through all these challenges that got to go through. Okay? Now, once again, you're making men disciples. You're going forth to do that. You're teaching what has been taught. Right? You're going forth and teaching what has been taught, Salakia. And if you see your people going through it, your elders, etc., you see, stuff going, and a lot of stuff going on that brothers ain't even talking about. Right? And who is you to cry and bitch and moan about anything when these fiery darts, they're not uncommon. This is common to us. And Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is taking care of them. He's going to take care of you. He's going to get you through. He's going to get the brotherhood through. He ain't raise us up, give us the truth just to destroy us. Right? Oh no. Okay? He raised us up to glorify him. To show. Like, just how he took us from the smallest of nations. And now we're the largest. Billions. Okay? That's to glorify him. His people. His inheritance. So, just at this moment in time, he's raised us up. Brought us up out of slavery. In a physical sense. And now our people are in a psychological, mental, spiritual sense. But he has made us free in that way. And he's allowed us to, assemble, right, all over this planet via the Spirit, to glorify him, to glorify his name, to go forward and decree that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is soon to return. Right? So when you instill and you go forth and you're making disciples of men, you're instilling with them that same understanding, bro. Is that, yo, we preaching the proper gospel, the correct and proper understanding. And it's going to come with challenges. It's going to come with obstacles. It's going to come with pain. It's going to come with persecution and suffering. Those that truly love Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, they will suffer. Right? So, and rejoice in it. As the scripture says in, I believe, Barak, take the chastisement cheerfully. All right? So, with that being said, the water for every brother that came through and all the precepts, man. I pray this was an edifying lesson. Right? Giving all praises, glory, and honor once again to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakaha Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well, and sincerity taught us his truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. Right? Kwam Yasharahla, and a Bible ball to this wicked kingdom. And Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi destroyed this bitch yesterday. Right? Shalawam, Shalawam. Hey, Shalawam to my brother Yahawah. I see you out. Shalawam, Shalawam. All right, Shalawam. Shalawam to the sister. Shalawam.